TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top-flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Who That family, check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.
I'm proud of our guys. I think I told them in the locker room, this is a really good trip and close to being great. However, I'm proud of our execution down the stretch is extremely important. This is something we've been talking about. This is a really good trip, and we just fell close to being short with this group down the stretch. But like you said, Jen, they fought, they competed, and it was right there for the taking. Give Charlotte credit. They made plays down the stretch that ultimately won the game for them.
Moments to grow on, perhaps a learning lesson.
Absolutely. We were in a similar situation in Atlanta, and we just executed. We made plays, we made shots, and we got timely stops. And tonight, it just kind of slipped through the cracks on us.
You had some folks step up from the bench, especially after Herb got ejected. What did you think of Najee's performance?
Najee was great. He was flying around defensively, rebounding the ball, making plays for us. And it's great to see our young guys. Trey, same thing, came out and played a really good game. It's great to see our guys come in and just have growth.
The second game in a row, you closed with Jose. Do you think you found something there?
It's been a season of adjustments. So Devontae is still a little banged up. And, getting Jose in the game, he just had a little bit more, especially at this time of the season. We got to get Devontae healthy. But I thought it looked good for the most part. Once again, we just came up short.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Mighty funny. It's pretty funny how when the losses, they get Coach Willie up out of there real quick. The wins, he can sit there for about 5 more minutes. So much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all being in the live stream on this one. For all things Pelicans, Pelican post-game report in the building. Pels fall short at Hornets 106-103 in the matchup. Much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in the live stream. I'm Big Q chiming in. A tough loss by the Pelicans. Pretty much led almost the entire they led the entire game up into the final quarter on the back end of that thing. And I see, thank you, Chris. He says Devontae Graham need to be traded. A waste of money. Just shaking my head. DC can't defend this one. My G. And DC, give him a chance. He'll try it, man. No doubt about it. He'll try. It ain't been a player that DC can't defend. And he'll turn into PCDC in a second on your ass and start defending the way. He'll turn into one big old NFL shield and protect and protect and protect. So yeah, he all ball defender there in terms of that. So DC, unmute yourself, sir. Welcome to the stream. I
See
appreciate
that's cold, bro. That's cold. You gonna open the show like that? Got me on mute.
you.
I can't
Hey,
defend
that's
myself.
not. I said unmute yourself, and now Chris
Man,
said DC can't defend this one, my G.
I ain't
But DC
defending
gonna try though.
last game.
Go ahead, DC. I'm just
Wasn't I
messing.
saying? Wasn't I saying? Devontae Graham probably gonna be out here. Kyron and came back, people all smiling and giggling, and Devontae Graham go out today and do this. You know, man, you back in Charlotte, your one chance to kind of seize the day, and you don't do nothing.
Nah,
You gonna try to defend that shit.
I mean,
I ain't
points is ridiculous, man.
yeah, man. I ain't what our dog is, man. I can't think of his name. Johnny Cochran. I ain't Johnny Cochran, bro. I ain't that good of a defense attorney. And I wouldn't take this case. That shit is pathetic.
Don't take this case, DC. It's an instant L for you. I'll tell you what, boy.
Even if I could win it, just on general principle, I wouldn't take this case.
You're a smart man. You'll be a good attorney.
Oh,
You know,
man,
but
this would be bad publicity right here, bro. Even if I win this case.
Yeah, this was awful, man. I mean, listen, and we mention this. We talked about the inconsistencies in Graham's game. He averages 13, 12 point something or other, 13 points a contest, but it's not a consistent 13. If he gives you 13 tonight or even 10 tonight, you win the ball game. So
see,
I mean,
this what I don't get, Q. Coach Willie is phenomenal, man, and I guess maybe he knows more than I do, or maybe he got a master plan why he doing what he doing, saving it for the playoffs. I don't know, but Jose Alvarado, in my opinion, had a monster game the other day. You know, down the stretch was clutch. He was the key part of us winning that game. And you see this bullshit ass called up, man. I mean, yeah, it was a foul. Come on, man, no flavor, please. That's ridiculous.
Thrown by the elbow.
That's ridiculous.
Number 5, Jones is ejected. It's going to be 2 shots in the ball.
Stupid ass. He had that. Somebody else had to tell him. Robots, I swear. But anyway, man, like I was saying with the whole Devontae Graham thing, bro, I don't understand why Jose Alvarado didn't start this game. I'd have started him, man. I'd have started Jose Alvarado this game and let Devontae Graham come off the bench. I think that might have gave him a little bit of a spark. I mean, it's no pressure. You go out there, you could take some of them shots you want to take. You know, the bench unit, that's actually when it'll be okay. You know what I mean? But man, we let this one get away, bro. Had a game. It was right there. The refs did cheat us, rightfully so. But come on, man. It's New Orleans. We know that's gonna happen. We can't use that shit as no excuse. We were supposed to win this game. We controlled the game. The whole game was basically everything went fine until about 5-6 minutes in the fourth quarter. Isaiah Thomas hit a little shot, and then they went on a run, and you know, the rest is history, man. We forgot how to do what we did to get us there.
it's not just Graham, though. I know the family members looking
No,
at
it's
Graham. It had several defensive breakdowns in the last few minutes that allow easy layup dunks and easy penetration to the paint that sunk the Pelicans. Better defense is needed, especially in the clutch moments of the game. How do you explain the poor switching play that allowed Lonzo Ball to get that throw up, that little easy flip up, toss up to the game at the end? How do we explain Mason Plumlee, whatever his goddamn name is, with his dunk at the back end of the game? Several easy penetrating plays toward the back end of the game. You cannot do that in those close contests. We failed as a team. And of course, you know, Coach Willie is not going to blame Graham, even though Graham was awful. He gave you 2 points in all those minutes. But the reality is it was a team loss on this one. And of course, we know the Herb Jones ejection was some BS. It should have been an F1 if anything, not an F2. But that's what kind of stuff you're going to see from these people. I'm telling you, man, that's why I just want to just punch the shit out of them sometime. But you got to hold on to it. You can't give them the satisfaction of going to the nether realms. Anyway, Mason Plumlee did his thing in there, man, rolling up, doing it. But, man, let me tell you something, bro. We can't let them easy walk-up ass layups occur. But let's get into the team statistics right here. Jay Nola says, Big Q, whose words, Graham or Eric bleeding sore? My
Mm.
goodness, man.
I
That
don't
is a
think
tough
anybody could talk
bleeding so.
bleeding so, bro.
Man, that is a
Graham
tough.
done won us some games. He done some stuff. Eric Bledsoe was in the timeout, said he wasn't paying attention, and then still started for the rest of the season. I don't think anything is worse than that, bro.
Yeah, that's a tough question right there, bro.
He,
Thank
she,
you for
she's
that,
probably
G.
gonna go down as one of the worst Pelican starters in the history.
Right next to
Of,
Solomon Hill.
as far as with expectations, I give him that because they had people that was worse than him, obviously, but the expectations you would have had on him versus what he gave us, man, is he on Mount Rushmore of Pelicans history.
Up there with Solomon Hill. Solomon Hill ain't too far behind
Yeah,
DC.
you put Solomon Hill up there and Omer Ashik and one other
Oh,
guy we probably forget.
oh my goodness. Omir Ashik. All right,
Yeah,
let's get into it, man. Team statistics 40 out of 90 Pelicans shot 44.4 from the field, 9 of 24 from downtown for 37.5%. The Hornets, 40 of 79, they shot 50.6, 13 of 37 from downtown for 35%. They were 13 of 15 from the charity stripe for almost 87%. Pelicans were 14 of 16 for 87.5. Kudos to them on that. Rebounds 47 to 35. Pelicans really wasn't supposed to lose this game. 15 offensive boards there to help out. They had 23 assists versus 34 by the Hornets facilitating. 9-5 advantage Pelicans, 10-4 advantage Hornets. Pelicans had 15 turnovers, 10 points off versus 17 by the Hornets, 14 off. Fast break points, Hornets 17-14. Pelicans had the points in the paint, 54-46. They were doing their thing in the paint. And of course, largest lead was 9 versus 3 by the Hornets, but the Pelicans should have lost this game. A collapse a collapse in the fourth quarter allowed the Charlotte Hornets to climb back into this contest. 19 points scored in the fourth, unacceptable. And like I said, several key breakdowns toward the back end of the game to allow easy walk-up, layup, dunks or layups doomed the Pels as things got really sour really fast for the Pelicans. They just lost control of this thing. Anyway, DC, let's talk about this and move forward.
Well, first off, the stat that's gonna jump out to you is the most important one. You kind of grazed over it, but I'm gonna go with the one flagrant foul. That is the most important stat of the night. Everything changed after that. The team kept that momentum up. Our defense was never the same. You didn't see as many of those balls going all over the place and us being as scrappy defensively. A lot of the defense left when Herb got ejected out of the game. It was almost a surreal moment because even when I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, damn. I was debating whether it was just going to be a regular foul or a tech. I said, damn, they probably going to give him a tech for this shit. Should just be a regular foul. And he come out flagrant, too. I'm like, oh, man. Well, I can't say I didn't expect it. If they could shaft us the worst way possible, that's what they're gonna do. We know that they do the same thing to the Saints, and that tradition seems to be spilling over to the Pelicans. So, man, this was a tough one because we know if Herb was in this game, this is a victory for sure. So, other than that, though, we had a lot of stats that actually went in our favor, man. But the one that stands out to me is one that kind of cost us the game when you look at the assists. We only had 23 assists. Out there, you short Bi, Herb, Zion. You know what I mean. You're gonna have to get a little more than 23, especially losing Herb. That's a guy that's gonna give you at least 10 or 11 points every night. So you had to find a way to recoup those points. And 23 assists ain't gonna do it when you let another team get 34. You know what I mean? And pretty much other than that, man, everything was pretty even. Stats wise, we did our thing, but I think that's the stats that really stick out to me. And the 3-point shooting is another one you could throw in there. 37%, which ain't the worst, but 9 for 24 ain't nothing to get excited about. You know what I mean? So not too bad, not the best. They hit 13 of them at a lower clip, but it was the little things, man. A few things here or there that kind of pushed them over the edge, along with us having heard about the game and just absolute poor execution down the stretch. And another stat here, which we dominated, was the second chance points, man. It was surreal how many second chance points we got tonight. And usually when a team gets that with these type of boards, 47 boards to the 35, man, you usually don't lose these games. We found a way to lose, man. Just lack of execution, not being smart, man, and just doing the wrong things in the fourth quarter cost us the game.
Yeah, that's a big part of it, DC. Those breakdowns hurt. All right, let's move into the individual statistics here, family, from this one here to see exactly what happened. You look at the Pelicans' top scorer was CJ McCollum, 27 points in 34 minutes, 10 of 19 from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown, perfect from the charity stripe, 4 of 4. He finished with 27, 6 assists in the matchup. He had 4 turnovers in the game at 34 minutes of action. He was the top scorer. Big V in the 24 and 18 game did his thing as well and handled the business. 24 points in 29 minutes by Big V, 11 of 18 by Valanciunas in the game. And we did what we can. Hold on, if I'm making sure I can get this situation set up correctly. All right, so anyway, 24. Hold on, DC. This having issues. But 24 points by Valanciunas in 29 minutes of action. He finished with 11 of 18 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown, 18 rebounds in the game, 5 assists, and that's how Big V ended his game. And it was good enough. The performances by McCollum and the performances also by Valanciunas should have been enough. But they needed a third scorer to kind of help out, as you could tell. And that's when you look at guys like Graham, who making the big 40 million, and hopefully he can carry the day with a 10, 12, or maybe perhaps a 15-point performance. A little bit too much to ask for tonight from him. Herb Jones was, of course, tossed after
He
19
gave you
minutes.
He gave you 2 points. What more do you want, Q?
And then, all right, 14 points for Najee Marshall in 25 minutes. Najee played well, 5 of 19 from the field, 1 of 3 from downtown, 3 or 4 from the charity stripe, 14 and 5 rebounds, assists right there for Najee off the bench, 9 from Billy Hernan-Gomez. In 19 minutes of action, he had 9.7 rebounds and 1 steal. Jose Alvarado, Grand Theft Alvarado, 7 points in 23 minutes. He was 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown, 7 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. He didn't get a steal in this game, but in 23 minutes, only 1 turnover. And of course, Trigger Trey Murphy, 18 minutes, 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from downtown, finished with 6 points, 3 assists, and a couple of rebounds. And of course, you bounce into the starting lineup. Jackson Hayes finished with 9 points.
Gonna take the 3. You would think he would be in the game in the last seconds. I would think that guy
9 points for Jackson in 38 minutes, 3 of 8 from the field, 0 for 1 from downtown. He's perfect from the charity stripe, 3 of 3. He finished with 9 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. He had 3 turnovers in the matchup, and of course, you center in on Graham, who played in 25 minutes of action. He was 1 of 8 from the field, 0 for 5 from downtown, totally awful. Only 2 points, 3 assists, 1 steal in the matchup for Graham. Graham averages about 12, 13 points a game. If we can get a little something out of him. But then again, like I said, it was a combination effort lost by the Pelicans tonight because the Pelicans defense in the back end waned when they allowed the Hornets, who were persisting. They didn't match the intensity on the back end of the game, and they gave up several key layups and dunks and shit toward the back end of the game to get them on up out of there. You got to lock in those games and secure the game. Pelicans simply didn't do it and only put up 19 points in the fourth quarter, while the Hornets put up 28 in the game. You're going to lose games like that if you don't lock in. So we didn't lock in this game. We can't totally put the onus on Graham, even though he had a really terrible performance, just 2 points on the night. But really, altogether, it was the Pelicans defense who didn't hold the fort for tonight. And of course, looking at the statistics from the Hornets, who played well as a team enough to beat the Pelicans, 2 17-point scores and Ball and Rozier. They did that thing and did 15 off the bench from Isaiah Thomas in 14 minutes. Well, we didn't sign that guy. But anyway, Harrell, 12 points, as well as 16 from Bridges in the matchup. And who knows, Herb in that gives us a chance. We could have probably won this game, but it happened the way it happened. Guys got to step up when things don't go your way. That was a very stupid-ass toss out by that rotten-ass official. It was very bad. At least it was could have been a flavoring one. I can get that. But when you kind of looking at that, Herb's not a dirty player. The guy was close. He swung his elbow. He got him. That's
the dude was smiling. He was smiling at her, man, when that happened.
Yeah,
He was faking like he was hurt, and he started smiling at her.
but that was intentionally bad. Sometimes you get mad, but that guy didn't even know the man name. He didn't even heard Herb Jones' name. His stupid ass had to ask for somebody to tell him his name. But these are WWE ass officials. They have no respect. They're not official. They're a bunch of clowns with a whistle. Like I said, there's no integrity with the NFL, NBA referees. To be honest with you, they're like the WWE referees. And the guy just fighting, and then he just hits the guy with an elbow. He falls down, and while he falling down, he doing all the cheating shit in the world to the fighter. And then next thing you know, the dumbass referee wakes up out of his knockout, his little sleeping fit, and then gets up just in enough time to hit the mat 3 times to get the cheating ass fighter out of there for DC. All right, let's enough of that. Let me hear what you got to say. Which guys who tickle your fancy after the night?
Devontae Graham. Let's start there.
Oh yeah.
Back home, got a tribute video going. You know, the same arena where he dropped 40-point games, game winners. You know, no BI. You saw what Jose Alvarado did the other game. You would think he would come out and give you something. He gave you 2 points. I think that is very impressive, because if you would have asked me, or probably anybody in the flop, how many points Devontae Graham would have had today, I don't think any of us would have said 2 points.
Not at home, DC. This is supposed to where you're supposed to feel comfortable.
2 points.
You're supposed to feel comfortable at home at where you came from.
That is amazing on another level, not a good level. That happened, man. It's just mind-boggling. I don't know. No Devontae Graham defense. I tried to speak up for him a couple of nights ago. Y'all gave me a hard time about that. I get it, but as of now, man, he gotta go to the bench, dude. Like, you can't do this. Not in this situation. Like, well, I mean, what are you doing? It's obviously too much for him to be a starter or something right now. Whatever we're trying to get him to do, it ain't working. Stop trying to make it fit. When he wasn't jacking up shots and missing, he wasn't hurting us in that aspect. You know, he does hustle his ass off on defense, even though it's not the best defender. But, man, he's giving you nothing. And you can see the energy. We all see it. When Jose Alvarado is in the game, it's just a lot more things going on. It just seems like the Pels have good energy, good synergy. Things are flowing smoothly. You know, understand you're probably not going to do like give Jose Alvarado Herb Jones minutes. I mean, that's what we all probably want, right? But we know that ain't going to happen. But I would say the next best thing, man, if you got BI out the lineup in this time for a start, this game should have started Jose Alvarado. I mean, he had 23 minutes. He gave you 7 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, and a turnover. And Devontae Graham had 2 more minutes than him. The only thing he had over Jose Alvarado was the 3 assists, and he had a steal. Jose Alvarado amazingly didn't have no steals tonight. But enough of that, because that is depressing, just talking about that shit. Let's get to some guys we could, you know, just build a little momentum on, be happy about, something to move forward with. We got 3 days off, and this guy's had 3 games where he's played awesome, man. And I ain't talking about none other than Jonas Valanciunas, Big V, Mount Valanciunas. Had another fantastic game tonight, man. He gave 24 and 18 on 18 shots, 24 points on 18 shots. Pretty good. You know, to say he only took 1 free throw, so he got all his buckets the hard way. Ain't no freebies. No going to the line, which he should. I mean, Big V should go to the line at least 5 or 6 times every night. He's always getting fouled. But nevertheless, he managed to get you 6 offensive rebounds, 2 blocks tonight, family, and a steal. So JV was handling his business on defense, man. Gave him a little hard time the last game, even though he didn't play bad defensively the last game. Just sometimes certain plays I was like, But he definitely played better this game. Just, I know we probably put a lot of that on him with Mason Plumlee down the stretch. Definitely played his part, but Herb Jones missing, man, just it messes up our whole defense. It's like a big safety net that just disappears. You know what I mean? And you got to go out there and make it happen. But Big V, had a real good game, did everything we needed for us to be able to win this game. He went out and dominated, whether he had 24 or 30 points, tomato, he did what he needed to do for us to win. So love what I saw from him tonight. Hope he can keep this going, because with BI coming back and him balling like this, it's just BI would just fix everything offensively. We just got to make sure our defense gets shored up and we stay focused. So the next guy is none other than Mr. CJ McCollum. Came out, gave us 27 points on 19 shots, 4-4 from the free throw line. That's big for him. Been struggling a little bit from free throw line this year. So he's locking in, getting focused on that at the right time. He gave you 6 dimes. There you go again. 8, 7, 6. He gonna give you some dimes, you know what I mean? So he went out and did his thing. And I ain't even mentioned Jonas Valanciunas had 5 dimes. I didn't even realize that. That's crazy. But CJ went out, handled his business, man. 4 turnovers though. They try to get the ball out of his hand, put a lot of pressure on him. Sometimes we all get a little too sloppy with the ball. I've been noticing that. We've been winning with it. But the Pels had got to what it was only getting 10 and 11 turnover games, 8 turnover games, 9 turnover games. And we just had these quarters, man, where we just get sloppy with the ball. And it ain't like a whole bunch of steals the other team be getting either. It's just us jumping in the air, not finding nobody, running out of bounds. And it's just, lack of focus type plays, man. Not good situational awareness with some of the shot clock turnovers, stuff like that. Credit probably due to good defense, but other than that, CJ McCullough played flawlessly, man. Tonight, every time we needed a big shot, he was coming in there and hitting them. Of course, he missed some of them. Man can't make every shot, so he did miss some we would have wished he would have made. But all in all, I think he had a fantastic game, and he did everything he needed to do far as statistically throughout the whole game for us to win. We all could have played better those last possessions down the stretch. I guess all the guys would like to have that back, but it ain't gonna happen. So good game from Mr. CJ McCollum, man. This is the stat line we need from him, around 25, 26 points, 6, 7, 8 assists, 5, maybe somewhere around there, a steal or 2. And just seeing how this is going to shape up with BI coming back is what I'm thinking about. Keeping it in mind, man. If we get 3 of those guys scoring 20 points, Big V, CJ, and BI, man, you put everything else on cruise control. It's all energy and effort on the defensive end from that point. And we can definitely win the amount of games we need to win to get to this plan, because y'all see what's happening. Everybody talking about it. Obviously, the Lakers won tonight, and it seems like every time the Lakers win, or it looks like they're going to win, we get all these crazy-ass situations going on with the Pels. So, everybody kind of know what's going on as far as that. But the last guy I want to talk about would be none other than Mr. Najee Marshall. Played pretty good tonight, man. I know sometimes in transition and decision-making situations, Najee might scare you a little bit. But he played pretty good tonight, man. And he stayed under control for the most part. He only had 1 turnover, which is good. He gave you 14 points on 9 shots, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. He hit a 3-point out of the 3 he took. Gave you 5 rebounds and an assist. And he was just flying around all over the place, man. Energy, effort, toughness, tenacity. He was playing pretty good defense too. Najee did it all tonight, man. He did his best Herb Jones impersonation and tried to do what he could to get us that W, man. We just fell short, but good game from that brother. And as that's it, Q. Ain't nobody else pretty much to talk about. Just on that last possession, I wish maybe Devontae Graham wasn't out there. Maybe Trey Murphy was out there. Who knows? Might have hit the 3.
Yeah, I mean, be honest with you, we needed a little something extra to this thing. I mean, defense would have worked out too. The Pelicans did a pretty decent job in terms of what they did from the charity stripe. 9 of 24 from downtown. I guess it's not too bad, but I think a lot of what happened on the back end is that the Pelicans simply had those breakdowns. And of course, people saying, well, Q, if Graham would have matched the 12 that he scored, we would have, did some stuff. But we could say that. I guess I could say that about several players. I guess I can say several players that were playing. If some of these guys would have matched some of their averages, we might have had a better. But Graham in particular is a guy that definitely is making that kind of money. That's why he's a subject of a lot of scrutiny from the family base, because obviously you making 40-something millions, $40+ million a year, and you were a starter, then you get pushed down to a 6. And I mean, it's just no reason for why he should be struggling this bad. There's no reason for it. It's just like and he really hasn't. He'll have these little 10-point, 12-point games, but in essence, it's really no reason for why he's struggling this bad. Now, if you can say, well,
Yeah,
Q,
it
you might
is.
be hurt. You
It's
might
a
be
re-
hurt, Q, but it's simply confidence to me. His
That's
shot,
the reason. His
he can't
confidence is
find the
injured.
shot. You see how he's shooting the ball? He's fishing.
His confidence is injured, man.
Bro,
But I did
listen,
notice
bro.
he was
Look,
landing weird. So I wonder if the
but
brother is
I'm saying,
still a
listen,
little blank up. He was kind of landing
do
weird,
you
man.
see
Like,
how he's shooting the ball? He's not like, if you see aiming the ball, it's not like he's aiming, he knows what he's doing. He's fishing. You know what I mean by that? Do y'all know
yeah.
what I mean? But he's fishing for the shot, is what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna put this, it's not like I got this, it's going down. It's not like a confident motion. It's like that. I'm gonna toss this up, hopefully it goes in. And majority of
He the king. He the king of them going in and out, man. He got so many of them going in and out right now. So close.
Yeah,
He don't shoot no air balls. I give him that. He
but
be
that's the
on
point
target stuff not to shoot no air balls. But
yeah, he got
what
to
that shit
figure a
come
way
for
out
if
of
it
this.
don't go in?
Right. He got to figure a way out. And I think Coach Willie gonna stick with it. I mean, it does no good to bury him anywhere right now. You're gonna
I
need
don't think
him.
should bury him, but like put him back in the role he was starting to succeed in coming off the bench, man.
What about Alvarado though?
Let him be our de facto offense off the bench in that role to get his confidence back, man. Let
What
him take a
about
bunch of shots on the bench
once
unit
again?
to build his confidence.
But how does that impact Alvarado? Is what I'm saying. DC
And
Graham is not
put
playing.
Alvarado's minutes. You put Alvarado's minutes where you had Devontae minutes at. Alvarado takes a step up. Give him them extra 2 or 3 minutes a game over Devontae Graham. Bump him down about 18 minutes and let him cook with the second unit specifically, especially when CJ not in the game. You know what I mean? So that's what I would do. It's hard to figure it out with the facilitation. I know we don't want to see the Devontae Graham, Jose Alvarado backcourt. That can get exploited defensively. But what do you think? What other ideas do you have? I mean, obviously, Jose Alvarado is better. He's more conducive to winning right now. And he's just overall game is just more impactful right now on getting W. So I would want to see that out on the court as much as possible that he can handle. Jose Alvarado is a rookie. We haven't been playing him starter minutes all game, so I think it might be a bit much to try to give him 30 minutes or something, going forward. But I think you definitely could bump him up in 2 or 3 more minutes and take Devontae Graham down some till he can keep fishing and finding some shots. Let him do it against the least competition on the court, where he can get some easy ones and kind of get into a rhythm. And if he's hot, then you look at maybe mixing him in and closing out games with him or whatever. But if he's cold as hell, man, I mean, you just can't roll with that, man, because he don't give you nothing else. If he's not scoring, he's not like he's an amazing facilitator. It's not like he's gonna give you a bunch of steals or be this defensive guy. He ain't no hell of a rebounder. He's not good at going over screens. You know what I mean? Like, what else does he provide other than scoring? So that's his thing. If he can't do that,
If he can't score,
then
then he's not. It's no good.
right.
It's no
You
good
got to
to
put
you.
him in a different situation. We don't need him to score out there with the starters anyway. I get it though, because you want a guy who can hit that wide open shot, especially if you got Big B in the game. But maybe you trust a Alvarado, or you put a little more trust into a guy like Trey Murphy, even though I know he's still making mistakes out there. What other options do we have? Because we know we done seen this shit for 52, 53 something games. We know it ain't gonna work, especially without BI. When BI was out there, you could get away with it because he gets wide open shots now in big old lanes. But without BI, it just ain't gonna happen. Not right now, at least. His confidence is shot. He's going through a cold stretch or a cold season, whatever
Yeah,
way you
listen,
want to look at it.
that boy in the
He's in
middle
the
of a
flu
cold war.
season.
They took that boy and put him back in the day. That boy in a cold war with himself.
He in something, man.
He in subterranean territory, chilling with polar bears and shit. I mean, it's just amazing. You would think that the game where you come from against the team that you had all these fantastic outings with, that'll be enough to jolt you into out of this situation. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I mean, he gonna have to man up, hit that gym harder, and he's gonna have to work on getting his game together for real. For real.
That'll be I think that'll be a big thing. I know we're talking about him getting traded in the offseason, but it probably won't happen in the offseason. Let's be honest with ourselves. That would be a shocker. But at the deadline, maybe. But I think the way he responds with all of this, what he does during the offseason, does he go work out, get bigger, get stronger? Is he really dedicated and improving other aspects of his game that he knows he needs to improve?
I want to say yes. I won't say yes, but the Pelicans will keep your ass out of here. They did it with
if he not, he gone, because
Bledsoe, and they don't have no problem moving him after 1 year. Let me tell you something. They did.
You seen all that love Kyra got, right?
With Adams.
You seen that when Kyra showed up in Atlanta and went to the game, the team was so happy to see him. You know what I mean? If Kyra makes any type of improvements, Kyra's not bad. Like a lot of people were saying Kyra gonna get traded. I'm one who was on that train saying Kyra ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere. If it's between the three, you got to look at
he started playing really good too.
The guy
before he got hurt.
First of all, the other two guys have cheaper contracts. They have higher upside, and all Graham does is score, which he's not scoring. And when his scoring ain't helping, then nothing else is working for him either. So he's brung in to score, and if he's not scoring, they're gonna facilitate trading him, man. They ain't gonna keep no guy on the team that's making $40 million, who's not and we still got some games left. So I'm gonna give Graham the benefit of doubt and Willie, and hopefully with this guy could break out, because you're gonna need his production moving forward. All right, enough of that, DC. Let's get away from that garbage. Let's look at the next match.
Oh, I was just gonna keep talking about Kyra. I wasn't gonna say nothing else about Graham.
Okay. Well, we could talk about the Bulls. How about that coming in? And we'll be back at home after several days, and we'll have an opportunity to rest. And look at here, the Bulls are 41-29, 16-19 away. The Pelicans are now 30-42, 16-20 at home. And the matchup predictor has the Pelicans winning the game. Look at here, 67.6. This matchup indicator is very weird. It must be tied to Vegas some kind of way. 32.4 by the Bulls, and the Pels at home, 67.6 matchup predictor.
Wait, what?
The Pelicans going to get it.
The matchup predictor saying we going to win?
The matchup predictor saying the Pelicans win percentage is 67.6 over the Bulls.
Holy shit. Hell is going to freeze over, Q.
I know. I never seen a high percentage like that against a quality opponent. But anyway, DeRozan is the top scorer for them, averaging almost 28 points per contest on 50% shooting from the field. Vujacic is the top rebounder, 11.4 a game, and Rosen is listed as the top assist man. BI is listed as our top scorer, almost 23 a game. Big V 11.4 as well, and BI 5.5 on the assists and 34.2 minutes per game. Lonzo Ball, guess what? He's out for this game. Well, he could. Well, we'll see. But the game is on.
He's been out for some time.
Right. So I'm not anticipating.
Caruso is back. Caruso was hurt as well.
I have to take a look at it. But right now they're showing that the Lonzo Ball is out for this one. And of course we know about Zion Williamson. And this story here, Pelicans, Zion Williamson.
Ain't really no story, man.
Due to a foot injury. Oh, anyway, I just wanted to stick that on.
Tell us something we didn't know.
All right. Okay. All right, let's keep on going. All right, so anyway, the Bulls listed.
They could have saved their ink on that shit, Q.
Yeah, they could have. The Bulls currently, according to this, is on a 3-game slide, even though I have to check and see if they played tonight. Pelicans, once again, they were winning 2 games. They lost to the Hornets, but we had 2. Hopefully, was trying to get 3. That was on us, bad defense. But look, we got a few days off and a chance to rebound and get right and get ready for the Bulls. BI could be in this game. Perhaps Larry Nance sometimes this week. Hopefully, those guys coming back at the same time.
3 days to acclimate them.
So there you go. Anyway, let's get on to DC. The matchup predictor says 67.6% Pelicans get the win, man. Which let's talk about how we get that.
Man, this is one, to be honest, man. I'm not sure how exactly you stop the Bulls with the way they're playing. DeRozan has been phenomenal this year. He's playing at MVP level. You see why Master P was saying he need to come to the Pelicans. He was repping for him all off season, and a lot of the Pelicans faithful was saying we should sign DeRozan, and people starting to see why.
They won tonight. They beat the Raptors 113-99.
Of course they did. You know, they've been playing incredibly well, man. They've been having a little rough spot of late once Lonzo Ball got hurt, but DeRozan is still playing at MVP level, and we know Zach LaVine is a Pelicans killer. I mean, every time he play us, all he do is get 30, 40 something down points.
Mm-hmm.
So not really looking forward to seeing his ass with DeRozan. And I remember last time they came in here with the cheat codes from Lonzo Ball, and they slaughtered us, man. So hopefully that's something Vegas is anticipating on too. I think the Pels just have to warn him more, and they got to be pissed and kind of gain some inspiration from the last time Chicago Bulls came into the Smoothie King arena and basically embarrassed us. You know, they dismantled us, man. It's pretty early in the season. I don't know if everybody has forgotten that game, but I won't forget it because it was pretty damn ugly. They was on the sidelines cheering, smiling and shit, having fun. You know, doing all the shit we do to people when we blow them up. But, you know, it don't feel so good when the shoe is on the other foot. And that was pretty early in the season and one of those games that put us deeper in the hole to go ahead and go on that long losing streak. So to be able to beat the Bulls, man, got your work cut out for you. You got to figure out how to slow down DeRozan and Zach LaVine. We only got one Herb Jones, fam. We ain't got two of them. So it's almost like they got two cheat codes in those guys. And then if that ain't enough, Vujicic is a guy similar to a Big V, a little more finesse than Big V to his game. But he could hit threes from the outside, hit perimeter shots, and he could score too, man. He could drop 40 on your head like it ain't nothing. So you got to contend with those three guys, man. That's the key there. And it's kind of hard to lock all of them down. But and you obviously can't, you know, just clog up the paint and allow them to shoot 3-pointers because they're a pretty good 3-point shooting team as well. And they do have some depth off the bench. And they play pretty admirably in that area as well. So you got Kobe White, guy who should be playing for us, honestly. But we already had too many point guards, I guess. But I wonder what it would look like to have him as opposed to Devontae Graham. How would that look? But he's a guy that's playing pretty decent. You know, he's averaging 13 points for him. You got Caruso pretty much doing this thing defensively, you know. And Tristan Thompson is over there? I didn't even realize that, if that's correct. But anyway, they got Tristan Thompson, so they got a defensive anchor. And they got a couple of young guys, man. I can't remember one of these brothers' names. Been playing pretty good. And Patrick Williams is coming back too. Their lottery pick. I know he's in the G League, and with our luck, he probably comes back against us. That's usually how it happens. He's a pretty damn good defender. He was basically what they were describing Herb Jones when they talked about his game and what they see him being.
That's the Herb Jones, yeah.
Right. But Herb Jones is better than him. But he probably got a little bit more on the offensive side to his game though. But still pretty good brother. He's there. I think Damon Jones might have been the other little guy. One of these young guys, man, I don't remember exactly, but they got one of their younger guys on the bench, man. He's pretty feisty little guy, always making highlights. Come across my timeline all the damn time. These goddamn highlights with this guy, man. I think that's Damon Jones, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, we got our work cut out for us, bro. We got to stop the three-headed monster and those guys. But, you know, we can possibly have a three-headed monster of our own. So maybe this one winds up being a little bit of a shootout. I don't anticipate on the Pelicans blowing out the Bulls, even though that would be extremely awesome, right? But we would have to execute down the stretch, be on our P's and Q's, we're not allowed to make mistakes. A lot of mistakes this game. This is a high-powered offensive team, and you play around with them and do all the wrong stuff, man, they'll shoot your ass up out of there.
Yep, there it is. We got the Bulls in a few days. We get a chance to rest and kind of reset this thing. Hopefully, BI will be ready for the Chicago matchup. Also, Larry Nance, some kind of way is going to be around here. Very close, man. Larry Nance is very, very close to returning to basketball, and we could use Larry Nance and BI right now to kind of help the team moving forward, man. We really could kind of situate things. Hopefully, that happens. BI and Nance comes in, and hopefully Devontae Graham. That would be a perfect three for those guys, for Graham to step up out of this funk at the right time, man, and find his shot again, man, and get this is just terrible. It's been dragging on for most of the season. So hopefully he can do that as well, and the Pelicans can get on the right side of things. Let me get the standings up, and we'll take a look at the NBA standings for the playoff standings, see exactly where your Pelicans are situated currently. Give me just a second and I'll get that up. But outside of that, man, we as a team, we have to just keep playing. We got to keep playing on the plus side of this thing. These weird ass calls we get from the officials as they're trying to keep the Lakers valid in there because, LeBron cannot not make the playoffs. LeBron's got to be in the playoffs. He got to be there. It's for the good. It's for the betterment of the NBA. If LeBron James is in there,
if he could just break his record with Kareem right in the playoffs or right in the play-in game or perfectly in the last game of the season where they have to win to get into the play-in. Oh, that would be awesome. They doing their wizardry to try to drum up their bullshit ass storylines so we can feel like the NBA is a goddamn soap opera.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's what they're doing, man. So
the Pels are slipped back down to 10 right there as the Lakers climb to 9-31 to 41. So that's where we are. Pelicans got to keep winning. You can't lose to the likes of the Hornets and guys. That's teams the Pelicans should have beat. We should have beat that team tonight. We got to put together some wins and we got to be a little bit more effective in our defense. So we have to just keep pushing on, family, as this is a look at the playoffs. If it were to start today. You see the Pelicans in the 10th spot in the battle with the Lakers. And boy, I tell you, man, I would like to try to get up a little higher there, but it is what it is, man. Try to catch those Clippers. But anyway, I mean, that'll do it pretty much for the show today, family. I'd like to thank all you guys for being here. Please feel free to hit the like button, fam. Hit the like button. And hit the subscribe button too, family, and join the Pelican Post Game Report. Join the flock today by subscriptions. Hit the like button. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Feel free to share the show's link on your social media feed. Matters not. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, whatever. Wherever you socialize, bring the Pelican Post Game Report with you. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys for chiming in the show. Much love to you. DC, as always, good work. And I'm going to holler at you guys on the flip side when we come back at this thing again. Much love, peace, and go Pels.
Oh.
Who that family? Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and who that too. TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com.